I've suffered. I've gone through what some might consider to be a CC acquisition disease. A lot of motorcyclists, they get a small bike, then they get a bigger bike, then they get a bigger bike. And a lot of people consider the culmination of getting your favorite motorcycle to be simply buying the most CCs that are available to you that you're willing to ride. I bought a 2005 Kawasaki Concours 1000. It does 0 to 60 miles per hour in something like 3 seconds. It's obscenely fast. I got back from riding my V-Star 650 across Canada. I thought, surely I need a touring bike, because touring's essentially what I do. So I bought a touring bike. And you know what? I didn't like it. I found it intimidating, drinks a lot of gas, heavy. I didn't find it safe. What am I doing with this thing? What do I need a touring bike for? I've come to appreciate that the culmination of what my perfect motorcycle would be a motorcycle that suits the things that I do. And the things that I do are commute and carry cameras around with me to make videos for you fine folks. Take a shot of whatever beautiful thing there is to see. Look at that. You're the most beautiful thing that there is. It's you, YouTube audience. You're beautiful. And what is it that does that? But a Suzuki Burgman 400. You want to know what would be on a great motorcycle? Glove boxes. Now, I wouldn't tell you that it's difficult to start a regular motorcycle, but are you looking at my butt? If easy is what you're looking for, put the key in the ignition, set it to on, disengage your kill switch, and it's just running. Now, you want to know how you make this thing go once you're actually on it, you got your helmet on and everything? You just twist the throttle. That's all there is. So once you're ready to go ride this thing, it really is just that simple. Now, perhaps you're like me and you wear a hat most of the time. Where do you put your hat when you're riding a motorcycle? You stuff in your glove box, or you... No, you don't stuff it in your glove box. You don't have a glove box when you're riding a regular motorcycle. You gotta stuff it in your pocket. Or like, shove it someplace. But what if you just put it in the trunk? Anyway, put your helmet on, and then you just twist the throttle when you're ready to go. Now the Burgman has a front brake only lever, and then it also has a combo lever, which means you don't need your foot. What? No way. Now, of course, I had a Concours before, and something that was really annoying about the Concours was that it had a center stand, and it also had a regular kickstand. But the thing was that I never got to use the center stand on my Concours because the bike was too heavy. Now, kickstands are fine. You know, they kill your bike, which is kind of lame. But, you know, I just would have really liked it if I could have used the center stand on my Concours. Because the Burgman, of course, doesn't weigh 550 pounds. The Burgman's nice and light. And you don't have to turn the bike off when you use the center stand. Look at this. It's running. And then it's up. And then you can just do whatever you gotta do. You get off the bike, take a picture, whatever. And then when you're done with that, you just go. Now, of course, there are people who will say, how fast can that bike go? Now, the truth is the speedometer goes to 160, and Suzuki says the bike can do it. Now, the real reality of how fast the bike can go is, of course, how fast the cops will let you go. And here in New Brunswick, that's 110 kilometers an hour, which this thing can do really easily. They can maintain that all day long. Now the thing is, I actually kind of like this dashboard. We got a fuel gauge, we got a speedometer, we got a tachometer, and we got our temperature. Now a fuel gauge is obviously amazing to have, because maybe you ride nicer motorcycles than I usually do, but my motorcycles haven't had fuel gauges so far, really. At least not ones that worked, and this one works. Fantastic. And then we got a speedometer, which, like, obviously, and then there's a tachometer, but I don't even know why they bother putting on a tachometer, because this thing's got a CVT in it. So it's not like the RPMs actually matter to you. And then we got the temperature gauge there. This thing's liquid cool. How sick is that? Of course, there's a lot of different opinions out there about how much fairing is too much fairing, or whether or not fairings are a good thing. Now, I'm not a big fan of naked bikes. My TU250 is naked, and that's catching a lot of wind. I don't appreciate that. And when I got the TU250, it had one of those little aftermarket windshields on it, and it was just the correct size, that it took all the air from in front of you and then blew it directly into your face, which would really blow out the old ears there. And then my V-Star, when I got it, it also had a windshield on it that just blasted all the air directly into the face, which is why on the Cross Canada trip you'll actually see there's an extension on the V-Star's windshield to get it about the top of my head, because otherwise it just absolutely blasted my ears out. Now this windshield I find is just perfect. It gives just enough of a slipstream that I can get underneath it and then not have my hearing absolutely destroyed, because I don't like having my hearing destroyed. It doesn't make me comfortable. And look at this fairing on the side here. It's just the right amount. It gets your legs out of the wind, but it doesn't take the wind away, because I want to know that I'm riding a motorcycle. I don't come out here to feel like I'm in a car with no wind. I want to feel motorcycle-y. So I really love this amount of fairing. Now, of course, most motorcycles will have some kind of a backrest for the driver. Not necessarily like a real backrest, but some kind of like a little lip or something, just to give you a bit of support. Now this is by far the most pronounced backrest that I've seen, certainly that I've owned on one of my motorcycles. This is like, ooh, you know, when you get that like crazy torque out of those 400 cc's, you really need something to hold you in place. And this is just so comfy. I really like this bike. The seat is so generous. Wow. So that's about that, you know? I really like this thing. It's getting the best fuel economy I've got so far is 4.2 liters per 100. The worst I've got is 5 liters per 100, and that was yesterday. It might have had something to do with the 90-kilometer-an-hour winds. Hard to know. But in any case, I'm very pleased with it. And yeah, this is my favorite motorcycle I've ridden so far. Not that I've ridden like a massive amount, but man, I just really like this thing. It just suits what I want to do. You know, I think it looks pretty good, actually. I sort of dig the 2004 aesthetic, and I usually really don't, but I dig it here. And it's handsome, it's comfy, super easy to ride. What more do you want out of a bike? Yeah. Burgman 400. It rules. I love my center stand. Yeah. Just makes your life so much easier. That's insane. It just fires right up, because obviously it does. It's a Suzuki.